IVM.
Namaskar, my name is Ashish Vidyarthi, and good to see you here, dear friend, on Begin the Journey. I have a question. What do you see in your life that you say that I have less? I do see a lot of things, and I say I have less, except I'm lying. I'm not just looking at myself, I'm looking at others too. And very quietly, my mind starts comparing. And then I deliver a judgment saying, Ashish, you have less. It could be in terms of the house that we live in, the monies that we have, the opportunities that I see I have and I get, the possibilities that I see others exploring and I not exploring. Consider, there are very, very many things that we compare others with, and then we find ourselves less. You know what? We are just seeing one part of the story. We look at people as people who have got so much more than us. We never actually know what they are really going through. All of us, especially in this world of social media, we are seeing projected images. And those projected images, be it on the media itself or by things that people buy and show, they seem to make us feel smaller than everybody around. As a net result, what happens is that we start wanting to be like them, wanting things like they have. Works very well for people who are selling things. That's exactly what people want. They want you to want more, want you to work hard to get that which you don't have, but more importantly, others have. Many years back, I discovered that this is not a race. This is a spiral, and a spiral going down. It goes deeper into my own pocket and takes out more money just so that I can spend and be like someone else that I see. Except that person himself or herself is also trying to be like someone else. Very important to break the spiral. Yes, it does take something. I remember once I had to tell somebody who tapped at his watch and said, I picked it up in Dubai. What about your watch? I said, I don't have one. In fact, I do have one. I have a Titan watch. Now, it took me something to admit to him that I do not have that designer watch that he was referring to. But then, once I said that, I was free. I knew that I was not out there playing a game which I did not want to play. A net result of that, people now over the years know that I don't really relish watches or cars, but I do relish food. And you know what? When you can actually share with people what really matters to you, then you will suddenly find that you're not in a race to show people something which isn't true. This conversation is for letting yourself stand out, not making something else show which truly isn't you. I would love to hear your thoughts, how it is for you if you can break this spiral of trying to behave like someone else by first saying, I am less. No, my friend, you aren't less. You're exactly where you are. And then you can move in the direction that you wish to move, things that you wish to have, and not just want to have because someone else does. Look forward to hearing your thoughts. Al Shukran Bandhu, Al Shukran Zindagi. See you next time on Begin the Journey.
I hope you enjoyed that show. If you aren't following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Want to wish you all a happy Diwali. Hope you had a great festive season. It's been a great week in terms of the kinds of guests we've had and the kind of conversations we've had on the network this week. Do definitely check some of these things out. On This Round's on Me with Gauri Devidayal, she had a great conversation with Garima Arora, who's one of the best-known chefs in the world. It was just absolutely riveting. Do check that out. On States of Anarchy, Hamsini Hariran spoke about chronicling India's different wars. Again, really interesting episode. Check that out. Ashton had a very interesting episode on his show, The Habit Coach. It was called I Don't Feel Like Doing Anything. It's about how to overcome malaise just generally, and I thought really, really interesting stuff. Kumi Vayana was the guest on Cyrus Says on Monday's episode last week, and she's an educator, and my God, it was such a fascinating conversation talking about the way education functions in India and some of the changes she'd like to see. Just really, really interesting stuff. Do give that a listen. On Uncle Please Sit, Anupam Manur was there with Joel and Tushar talking about the Indian economy, part 1 of a 2-part series. Second part will be out this week. You should definitely check that out. Lastly, I want to talk to you all about the Filter Coffee podcast. Karthik Nagarajan, who hosts that show, is on a little bit of a break. He's back with a banger of an episode. It is with Himura Maya, who used to run Landmark Stores, and they talk about the culture of bookstores and quizzing and all kinds of stuff. Really interesting conversation. Do check that out. And with that, I hope to see you again next week.
पेश खिदमत है आपकी शान में हमारे अंजुमन से. Hi, I am Sadaf.
And I'm Arshit. खाने का इतिहास, economics, policy, psychology, सब है मेन्यू पे.
Only on the Nankali podcast every Wednesday, सिर्फ IVM podcast ऐप या वेबसाइट पर, या फिर जहां से भी आप अपने पॉडकास्ट सुनते हो.